Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Dratnos' mod primer for ThaumCraft, a mod that's part of the Technic pack. So I'm going to be doing this in a multi-part series, sort of mini-series within a series type thing. This first episode, we're going to focus on some of the basics of the mod, which this doesn't look very basics, but it actually is basics relative to some of the stuff in this mod. And also some symbols and runes. So, this is the first thing of the mod. It's called a Viz Crucible, V-I-S, Crucible. Whenever I say Viz, it's V-I-S. I pronounce it with a Z or Z sound, depending on whether you're from Britain or America. And so, Viz Crucible, pretty cool. You can chuck things into it, and it'll convert them into Viz, which is basically the energy of this pack, of this mod. So if I go ahead and just stick some diamonds in here, you can see it creates quite a bit of Viz, starts filling up the Crucible, and sends it along this. So this is a Viz conduit. Conduits basically are pipes for Viz. This is a Viz node here. These are all Viz nodes. Viz nodes are basically storage for Viz. And this is a Viz valve, which you can turn off basically to stop Viz going through it. So you can see the little particle effects show you where Viz can go. And as soon as this runs out of Viz, we'll see much lighter particle effects indicating where Viz could go. So let's see here. Side note, if you jump in this when it's fill or not, you'll start getting hurt, so don't do that. You can actually jump inside it, but you'll still get hurt, so don't do that. And you can see now it's done using up the Viz, and it's filled up these two, but not this. So Viz nodes cannot go right next to another Viz node. If I pull out, let's see where it is. Viz node, there it is. If I try to stick a Viz node, I'm right-clicking, it doesn't go right next to another Viz node. So that won't work. You need to stick it at least one away diagonally, and two away any other direction. So, what happens if you put in more Viz than the Crucible can hold? Well, bad things, usually. Here we're going to see Crucible starts overflowing, and we start getting liquid Viz here. And it can have a bunch of different strange effects. I'm bracing myself, and I'm going to stand back. Hopefully it won't destroy all of my stuff here. Okay, it's just evaporated. But it can spawn monsters, it can various sort of arcane monsters. It can do a bunch of other things, it can cause explosions. So basically you don't really want this to be overflowing. And you can see right now it's in a pretty bad way. If I stuck something in, bad things would happen. So this is a much, is an improved version of the Viz Crucible. Let me just go ahead and add more diamonds for burning. Diamond! So this is the Crucible of Eyes. It's an upgrade to the normal Crucible. And what it does is when it fills up to 90% or more, there, you see? It emits a redstone signal. So what you can do, if you want, is you can set up something where where it'll only store Viz inside it until it reaches 90%, and then it'll start outputting it. So what you can do, for example, is pull the redstone out, and bring it over to the node here. Let's just go ahead and pull out like so. Okay. Hang on. I got this. I know what I'm doing. To the node. Yes, and let's go ahead and just stick some sand underneath this node. Cool. So when redstone powers anything in ThaumCraft, it turns it off. And you can see now I can't actually flick this on. But if we were to use, say, a redstone torch beneath here, let's pull out a redstone torch. We could design a machine that only, you can see redstone torch, or immediately beside it, perhaps? Yeah, redstone torch beside it now, it's closed. But what we can do, if there's no redstone beside it, you can see it's open there. What we can do is we can set up something like, here, check this out. Check this out. This is going to be so cool. It's going to be absurdly cool. We run this way, and stick sand, oops, here, redstone torch here, and we'll just go ahead and pull this redstone out. Hang on, I got this. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. I'm actually not. So you see, now, once this gets enough power, the redstone starts going, turns the torch off, and it opens up the valve. And then once it falls back down below 90%, this redstone stops emitting, the torch turns on, which turns the valve off. So you can design something with this so you don't overflow. However, that's still not entirely... Oh, and also it can store slightly more viz than this. So that's another slight upgrade feature it has. Let me just set time to day so you can see what I'm doing. So, over here, we have in the middle here, ignore all this other stuff for now, I'll explain it in a bit. In the middle here, we have the next upgrade. It's called a Thaumium Crucible. It's made with some stuff that I'll explain how to make later in one of the next few episodes. But basically, what it does is it will never smelt anything into Thaumium if it will cause it to overflow. Additionally, it'll also output redstone. But see here, it just keeps the diamonds bouncing around inside until it finds somewhere to put them. So if we go ahead and give it somewhere to put them, with a few viz nodes, for example, connected to that conduit underneath, then it'll actually start smelting these once it can. There you go, see? So that's your best bet. You don't get any accidental explosions with that. It's pretty useful. Accidental explosions are a negative thing. So then you can use your viz in a variety of different ways. It's the primary currency for most things in ThaumCraft. But what you can do, for example, is this is a Thaumium duplicator. And what you can do is you can stick something in it, and it'll duplicate it. Here's an important note. It costs 5 times more energy to duplicate something than it gives you when you smelt it. Let me just delete that. That's stupid. So if you smelt up 5 sand, you get enough energy to make 1 more sand. However, if you're, say, getting extra viz or something and you need them to go somewhere, why not just set up a duplicator that's repeating? You can change it to repeat or not repeat on diamonds. Also, it's a good way to get rid of your viz without accidentally dropping it all over the place. Because if you remove it here, the viz goes away, but it doesn't create any puddles, which is useful. So you have a bit of a viz drain that way if you want. You can set it up like that. Like anything else in the ThaumCraft pack, like a lot of the other things in the ThaumCraft pack, with redstone power, it deactivates. So that's another, you can design something awesome that way. You can design a bunch of awesome things with ThaumCraft. Now this is a viz infuser, and I'll get to that later. I just realized that I have to explain this first. This is a thaumic generator. What a thaumic generator does is it takes energy from either a conduit system or a node directly connected to it, or nodes within like 20 blocks, and it'll translate that into buildcraft, industrial craft, or red power power. So if we just give it the opportunity to do that by putting a wooden conductive pipe right here, zap, boom. There goes your mining well from buildcraft. Lots of energy coming in. I'll go ahead and turn that off. So yeah, there's a quite awesome application that lets you easily make a Technic machine with this, because you can basically power your stuff with viz. Very easy. Super awesome. So you're wondering, if you're wondering what kind of power it produces, it can produce the equivalent of 2 steam engines, or 1 combustion engine running on oil. That's 2 megajoules per second in buildcraft power. It can produce you 15 EU per tick if you use industrial craft power, or 8 amps of red power energy per second, which is 4 red power solar panels. If you don't know what those are, I'll do primers on them later as well, so don't worry. I have already done a buildcraft primer. It's episode 1 of this series. Now, the thaumic generator can produce, can take energy from anything directly connected to it, or it can take half as much energy per second from nodes within range that are not directly connected here, like so. So it's good to know. If you want to use like a square of nodes around it without direct connection, it'll get the viz from them at a slower rate, half the speed. It's also important to note that your crucible can't smelt everything. It can't smelt a lot of modded items or a lot of complicated items. So you basically need to give it raw materials. It can smelt almost every raw material of sufficient value, and a lot of the ones with lower value as well. So that's most of the stuff that'll be this episode. The rest of the episode I'm going to spend explaining symbols and runes. So basically, symbols and runes are made, this is the symbol recipe, this is the rune recipe, and what you can do then is you can infuse them with a bunch of different things. You can see all the things you can infuse symbols with here, and all the things you can infuse runes with here. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you how that works. You stick a blank symbol here, and stick the iron that you want to infuse it with on top. It'll slowly start taking viz. You can see the table starts moving because this mod is really well coded. Really well coded. And there you go, you've got an iron symbol. So, if you're wondering what the different symbols do, I'll go ahead and show you one by one how they work. So, you saw how to make all of these symbols with all of these different things that you can infuse the symbols with all of these. Different Viz crystals are created by killing different types of arcane creatures. So, like, if you've seen in my Let's Play, I've gotten verdant Viz crystals from killing arcane trees, and electrified and fiery ones from killing floaty crystals. So, yeah, that's how you make these. Everything else made normally. Stabilized arcane singularity and made with a lot of complicated ThaumCraft stuff that I'll show you later in a different episode. And then this is what you can infuse the runes with. Runes basically add a bit of flavor to a symbol. So here's your iron symbol, for example. And if you stick it here, you'll notice now it's starting to work. Iron symbols do not require any Viz to work. And what they do is they'll slowly pull items towards them. See here, it's just pulling things towards it. It'll pull anything in a 7x7x7 cube, I believe, towards it. You'll notice it's only pulling things horizontally, not vertically, which is, you know, it's minorly good. Hang on. One brief second. Be right back. Sorry about that. Experienced a brief interruption. I have now returned. And anyways, so this rune will pull anything in this 7x7x7 cube towards it on the horizontal axis. But say you want to improve that and change the effect. What you can do is you can use various types of runes. I'm going to go ahead and spawn myself in one of each type of rune. Normally you'd just infuse them if you were playing for reals, but I'm not. So what you can do, let me go ahead and show you what some of the different runes do. I think the different runes, do I have an iron rune? I think I do, but there it is. Iron rune. Okay, so an iron rune will double the effect of this, this delightful thing. So now it'll pull things from all the way, like, back here even, which is pretty cool. Pretty awesome. Pretty super cool awesome. A gold rune will cause things to be pulled on the vertical axis as well. So you'll see here that goes, and it actually goes up as well. Pretty awesome. And it spits out the iron rune when you put the gold rune on it. A diamond rune is pretty super awesome. Super duper awesome, in my humble opinion. So if we stick like a... Oops. If we stick... Hang on, one brief second while I get a block I can place. If we stick a double chest next to this and stick a diamond rune in here, what'll actually happen is that any items pulled to this thing will go ahead and... Oh, okay. Obviously, they need to be on that level, so let me just go ahead and show you this like so. That get pulled there will be sucked into an adjacent chest, like this chest. I'm not sure exactly how adjacent it has to be. It looks like it might not be working from here. Let's see. Is it gonna work? You gonna work for me? Work? What happens if we put one here? No? Okay, hang on. Technical difficulties briefly here. Let's go ahead and take out this chest. And try... Aha, maybe here? Okay, anyways, it can work. It'll suck things into a chest, promise. I promise. You'll have to figure out exactly how to do that yourself. Or I'll show you next episode probably when I figure it out or when somebody yells at me in the comments. But yes, that's the effect of different runes on the iron symbol. Now, the stone symbol is the exact opposite. Let me go ahead and make a stone symbol here briefly. Stone symbol. So, stone symbol would be the exact opposite. Oh, and also you can remove a rune just by hitting a symbol, which is pretty awesome. So a stone symbol here is the exact opposite of an iron symbol. It'll just push things away free of Viz. Neither the stone nor the iron symbol causes Viz. Iron rune, again, will double the area. Gold rune will cause it to do vertical axis as well. And there's no effect from a diamond or any other rune on this one. Not all runes work with all symbols. Okay, so that's diamond, or gold, and that's iron and stone symbols. Pardon me. Next symbols we're going to see are gold and lapis symbols. Let me just go ahead and spawn in a lapis symbol, a gold symbol for you. Let me just delete some of these that I'm already using. So, let me pull out my axe. Let me verbalize exactly everything I do, even if you can obviously see what it is. A gold symbol will pull mobs away and forwards, and a lapis symbol will push mobs away. So, gold pulls, lapis pushes. So let me go ahead and make a piggy spawner here. Piggy? Piggy. I like piggies. Piggies. Here. And let me go ahead and make it early morning. Should be seeing a piggy spawn here. If not, maybe we need to be on easy. Piggy. Piggy. Gonna spawn piggy. Oh, maybe it needs to be dark. Okay, anyways. There are... Oh, I should be able to spawn a creeper, actually. With just a spawn. A creeper. Ah, here. I'll just spawn... I'll spawn things with their spawn eggs. I will spawn you... Where's pig? There's pig. I'll spawn you a pig. Pig. Yes? See, it's being pulled towards the gold one and pushed away from the lapis one. So we put one here, being pushed away from that lapis one. And these ones here are being pulled towards the gold one. Oop, and we've just pushed it to its death down there. So you can create some interesting traps here. Now, the modifications for this, an iron rune will again double the area, and a gold rune will increase the speed at which it operates. Now, the earth symbol, go ahead and get the earth symbol ready here. Earth symbol, there it is. Let's delete some of this. Pardon my inventory management. So, earth symbol, let me go ahead and delete these as well. Pardon me saying everything that I'm going to do. Earth symbol is pretty cool. What it does is it'll default, it'll till nearby grass and stuff, but it won't do everything automatically. If you give it a diamond rune, for instance, you see there it's tilling grass. But if you give it a diamond rune and then power it with Viz, here I'm going to use a portable Viz node, which is like a regular Viz node, except it comes pre-stocked with Viz, and then you can just place it down and it'll start powering things. So if we put a portable Viz node nearby, this will now also begin harvesting all of the crops, melons, etc. nearby. See there, now we're creating stuff. It's harvesting them for us, because there's Viz node nearby, which is pulling into the diamond rune there. However, the default effect of just tilling stuff does not require that. Additionally, well, yeah, okay, that's pretty much all that one does. Next Viz crystal, the verdant symbol, will help growth of plants, reeds, and anything nearby, and it'll also mossinate your cobblestone. It does not require Viz, to my knowledge, but you see there, it's made this cobblestone into a mossy stone, and it'll start causing, like, cacti to grow here, and other plants to start growing here and here. So these two are complementary, but different effects. And you can use them in different ways, but often alongside each other. The iron rune will double the area of each of these, and the gold rune will increase the speed at which they operate, which is the usual iron and gold effect. Cool. Now the frozen symbol, let's see, frozen symbol, blazing symbol, and shocking symbol are all pretty similar. What they basically do is they terrorize mobs nearby. So let's go ahead and just test this out on some helpless piggies. Flaming. They will not target the player by default. And if we just create some piggies here... Whoa! Burned by that one. Frozen and movement slowed by that one. And zapped by that one. See, it's just killing things horribly nearby. This piggy, if we push this piggy into their line of killing... There it is. You can see the fire coming, and now it's running away scarily. So, what can you do with these? Well, if you give them an iron rune, it'll double the area. If you give them a redstone rune, it'll only target hostiles. A lapis rune, it'll only target peaceful animals. And with a gold rune, it'll increase their rate of fire, except for the frozen run. For the frozen one, a gold rune will lift the mobs into the air. Additionally, with diamond runes, they can all affect more than one mob at a time. Otherwise, they only affect one mob at a time. So this, if you're ever interested in creating a Minecraft-based tower defense game, use ThaumCraft and use these and set up some cool mod that does that, and I will play it. I will play it, and I will review it, and it'll be awesome. Cool. There's also the seeing symbol. Let me go ahead and grab one of those. Seeing symbol. What a seeing symbol does is it'll detect if there are mobs nearby. So you'll see here now, because there's mobs nearby, that one it's redstone lit up. Oops. Something walked a bit close to our other delightful runes there. And see it turned off and turns on when there are mobs within range. It'll turn, and it'll emit a redstone symbol. Now, you can also change this one with an iron rune to double the area. It'll detect the player with a gold rune, and only the player. And it doesn't detect, it'll still detect the player otherwise, but you can make it only detect the player with a gold rune. You can make it only detect hostile mobs with a redstone rune. You can make it only detect animals with a lapis rune. And you can make it only detect items, because it also detects items, with a flint rune. So those are that's your seeing symbol. Now, the last symbol, you can see all of these, like, things growing and happiness in this area, because of our combined runes of dirt and verdantness, is the void symbol. Now, the void symbol is the one made with that absurdly awesome stabilized arcane singularity thing. However, that is also difficult to make. I will show you it at some point. Let's see. Do we have a void symbol? Let's just go ahead and search for it. Void. There it is. Void symbol. So it's pretty awesome. What you do is you need to find a thing. These are all portable viz nodes, by the way. A obsidian arch. You can make it yourself. Of 7 obsidian in this pattern. You just stick the void node here, and that'll register it as a gateway. And now if you walk through here, you'll teleport to other nodes in the same gateway. So if we go over here, for instance, then, power this one up. There you see, we now have teleportation. So if I walk in here, boom. I've just been teleported actually over to this rune for some reason. I don't know why it sent me there instead of here. So a void node, what you can do is if you put a rune in them, it'll basically tell them that they're part of a certain network. So if you put a gold rune on each of them, it'll only teleport you to gold runes nodes. And it won't teleport you to, say, redstone nodes, no rune nodes, flint nodes. So you basically get 7 distinct networks of awesomeness to teleport between. Now, it's important to note that it uses up quite a bit of viz and to recharge between them. So you shouldn't be doing it too lightly. I've got more than enough viz here to do a lot of teleporting with. It'll also teleport animals. If you sent one there, you see the piggy just got sent over there, just got sent back. It's a very exciting world for piggies. They can be shocked, they can be frozen, and they can be teleported. Pretty awesome. So, next episode, we're going to explain talismans, various other awesome objects, and what things like that obelisk in the distance are and how they interface with all of this other stuff. But for now, this has been ThaumCraft. You can see over there, there's a crystal. Now, crystals, obelisks, and all other sorts of ThaumCraft things will indicate that an area is very heavy in Thaum. And when an area is heavy in Thaum, you can use this thing. This is a viz condenser. What a viz condenser will do is if it's in an area that's got high background Thaum, which basically means an area that spawns viz crystals, an area that has artifacts like obelisks in it, or any sort of area like that, what it'll do is it'll start producing viz crystals for you, which are used in a lot of recipes. So you don't have to actually go and kill arcane mobs to get the viz crystals. You can just put condensers in naturally viz-heavy areas. So, that's, I believe, all of the items I wanted to show you this episode. It's important to remember that pretty much everything switches off with redstone current sent to it, which means you can create some pretty cool machines using, say, your seeing rune and all these other awesome things. So yeah, basically, ThaumCraft, it's cool. The forum post and the guide is very cryptic, so I'm not going to explain some things that it really wants you to figure out yourself. But this kind of like basics type thing, I'm more than happy to explain to you, which is why I'm doing it. So, thanks everybody for watching. This has been Dratnos, Mod Primer ThaumCraft Part 1. Goodbye.